Hi everyone, I'm Jordan Carter from the Ngarara Willim Centre. I'm the Indigenous Outreach Officer. I'm a Ngarara Willim man. And before we start this session today, I'd just like to acknowledge the Wiradjuri people of the Kulin Nation in which I am presenting from. And I'd like to respectfully recognise elders past, present and emerging. Can you go to the next slide, please? Hey, Luz, can you go to the next slide? Sorry, seem to have some. I was going to say, Wumajika. Welcome everybody to RMIT's virtual Open Day. And I will be giving you a bit of a short presentation about what we can do to offer any Indigenous and Torres Strait students that will be looking to go to RMIT in the future years. Next slide, please. So here at the Ngarara Willim Centre, we can offer a range of different support for any of the Indigenous Torres Strait students, including application, orientation, help with applying for scholarships, as well as accommodation, pathways programs, and student support. And I'll go into these in a bit more detail later on in the presentation. Next slide, please. So one of our most important programs that we really like to push forward is the Indigenous Access Program. So the Access Program allows students entry into a bachelor's degree or vocational education. Main reason why we get people in this is if you're worried about your ATAR or your grades, you can apply through the Indigenous Access Program, in which we take a little bit deeper look at the student. So you can apply for VCE students, you can apply through VTAC, and then you go through to an interview stage with our staff members, and we base it off the study scores that you'd achieved in high school. But for people that go through unscored ATARs, you would only be able to go into a vocational education one. If you've got an ATAR, you'd be able to potentially go straight into a bachelor's degree. And we help you work through a pathways program into getting into your desired degree. Next slide, please. So another thing that we can do to help you take off the burden of study is Ngarara Willim can help students apply for scholarships. Scholarships, what they can be used for is for a range of different things. We've got relocation for the regional students, course fees, textbooks. We offer a range of different accommodation scholarships that assist like the regional students from moving in to Melbourne. We also have a couple of different purpose-built locations around the campuses that we have in Brunswick, the city and Bundoora campus. Next slide, please. Ngarara Willim offer free academic support to any of the students that come through the centre. One-on-one tutoring is a very impressive one that we do offer, specialised around each subject that you're studying. You'll be able to get 2 hours a week per course you're studying. So that's at least 8 hours a week, depending on how much help you need. The centre do offer a range of different study spaces, computer areas. Staff are usually on site when we're not in COVID, but there to help and provide advice whenever necessary. We do have a peer mentoring guidance provided by the higher achieving alumni from RMIT, and they can help students better navigate the academic world. Next slide, please. Our Gamagi orientation, it's been running currently as a virtual orientation, as we can't do the face-to-face, but we basically come down there, we get you familiar with all the staff members that we have. You get to meet a bunch of different students from the RMIT Ngarara Willim Centre. You get to become a bit more familiar with the facilities that we have on offer, and We also show you around, show you a couple of the cultural significant sites that that'll be relevant to your campus. And yeah, it's a great way to just meet other people. Next slide, please. And so I just want to say thank you for attending a short session here. We do have a student here, and I am open to taking any questions that you do have about the centre. So feel free to pop them into the chat, and we'll try to answer them to the best of our ability. If you have any deeper probing questions, we can take note and we can get back to you at a later date if you wanted to pop in some information. So let me just take a look at the questions. We do offer one-on-one sessions. I'm happy to provide my email. I'll put it into the chat, and we can set up something on one-on-one so we can discuss it in a bit more detail if you don't feel comfortable discussing it now. So anybody that you can see that yep. So we just got a new question here. Do you have any scholarships? Yep, so we do have a range of different scholarships depending on what courses you're looking to attend. We have ones for science, engineering. We've got them for business and law. Merits based on credit or whatever you financial disadvantagement. We've got them for a range of different things. If you want to chat to it in a bit more detail to see which ones would be applicable, which ones would be best for you, I'm happy for you to shoot me an email and we can have a chat. We do have one of our science students here, Kaylee, who's happy to answer any questions that you have about student life. Feel free to ask anything. I guess that's it. We didn't have as many attendees as I thought, but does anybody have any more questions before we might leave it open for another 5 minutes to see if we get any more questions, but we'll call it at about 20 past. Yes, we've got a question here about coming on site to see the spaces. Melbourne's in lockdown at the moment, so it's currently not possible, but when the restrictions ease, absolutely, we'd love having students come in, showing them around the centre. For any students that want a bit further information about the details for scholarships, accommodation, and the tutoring or the admissions support, I can shoot you through a couple of flyers for additional information that'll run through the processes in a bit more detail. Any more questions before we close up for the day? Alrighty, I think we're going to cut it there, unless we have any more questions. But I think that's it. Thank you for attending, and I hope to see you around the centre sometime.